Hey guys, it's Pure Ice Cream Bar, and I am here showing you how to make a custom wig once again. This time I'm going for a shorter style. It's going to be a blunt cut, and it's going to be bright blue. It will be dyed in various methods, and I'm going to show you the cleaning process that I go through, or at least part of it, the hopefully less boring part. So, we start with these big balls of hair. I've already dyed some of them, and I've done that using a wool dye. And it's already been partly cleaned, especially from the dyeing process. It was soaking in water already. So I'm just gonna fill this thing with a little bit of soap and water, and get the hair in there in basically just a big ball, and kind of find the edges and just pull them out strand by strand. It's really not very interesting to film, but once you do it yourself, you'll see how easy it is. And here we go, more of this, more of that. You can see I look very bored. You lose a ton of hair during this process, and I will show you at the end how much hair I lost overall. It looks like a lot, especially at this stage, because it's just a big, giant mess, but like I said, you'll see at the end how much hair I lost throughout the whole process, starting from what you saw me starting with at the beginning of this clip. Of course, I could have probably used less hair and just cut these in half to make it shorter, since I knew I was going to cut them in half anyway. However, I decided to just style this in a long style before cutting it, so I knew exactly what kind of length everything would be at the end. Now I'm just going through with a comb, and I am brushing through the hair. You can see pieces are falling out, and I'm just going through it until it gets nice and untangled, and it doesn't have this, you know, hard pressed lock. It's nice and smooth, and that's just a comparison of how much I lost just from combing it. And now we're going to the wig cap. You saw the wig cap sitting on his head earlier, and now I've just cut off the excess, and I'm starting to glue stuff on. If you've watched my other two how to make custom wig videos, you've already seen this process. I've already talked about it. It's just the hair and the Mod Podge. I wasn't happy with the blue dye. That was from the wool dye that was the first process. So I ended up going back and taking Sharpie, actually, and I tried a couple different methods. I tried using human hair dye, I tried using other types of permanent markers. Sharpie always just seems to work the best for me, but you definitely have to make sure that you're doing it correctly so that you don't end up with stains on your doll's face. There's probably a ton of tutorials on how to use Sharpie to dye a wig. It works really well for synthetic wigs as well. So, you can look for those, or if you're interested in seeing what I did specifically, I can make a video on that if that's something that you'd really like to see. But anyway, that's how I ended up with a couple different shades of blue. Some are lighter, some are a little more cobalt, some are a little more teal, a little more green, like that one I'm putting on now. Also, I feel like I should say, you shouldn't ever do this process, like me, in this stupid way of having your doll fully clothed. It's just not very smart, because then you have all these little hairs on the clothes at the end, and it's very frustrating. Now you can see I'm at the part, and basically I've talked about making parts before. I've just put it, laid the hair wrong side, and then flipped it over. And now I'm taking the wig off, putting it back on, seeing how all the hair lays, and just doing the very blunt, bold cut that I wanted him to have. So his hair looks nice and thick and pretty. Now I'm just straightening it up, doing a little more styling, and adding any final finishing touches to the part. The part's always the hardest part to do. The part's the hardest part, haha. And here's the finished product. That is the wig next to all the hair that I lost, not including the hair that I cut off. It's a big pile of fluff. It's kind of gross looking, actually. Yuck. And there's the wig with the wig cap. And here it is on my eyeless doll. Isn't that fascinating? He got no eyes. They haven't come yet, so... I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I hope it was informative, and I will talk to all of you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.